Hello everyone and Happy New Year. We may only be 1 week into 2021, but that isn't going to stop me from leaving 2020 far behind in my rearview mirror and begin looking ahead to all the great video game goodness that may be waiting for us all in this new year. Don't get me wrong, last year was brilliant for game releases. Just check out our top 10 games of 2020 for proof of that. But that doesn't mean there wasn't more than a few hiccups that will hopefully be put right this year, alongside hopefully some big new announcements as well. Right, that's enough waffling from me. In no particular order, here are my 7 hopes and dreams for 2021.
You just fell asleep again, didn't you?
Number 1, no more delays. I wouldn't be surprised if more than half of every news story we broke last year had the word delayed in the headline. It felt as if every major release in 2020 was delayed due to COVID-19 at some point. Just to name a few, we saw The Last of Us Part 2, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Avengers, and of course Cyberpunk 2077, all delayed from anywhere between a few weeks and most of the year. Given the circumstances, it was acceptable to see these games being held back, and for the most part, it actually worked out. However, I hope we see a lot less of all the doom and gloom this year and see games actually come out in a good state when advertised. Yes, we're not out of the pandemic-filled woods just yet, but hopefully developers and publishers have learnt how to navigate those woods by now, and know not to get our hopes up with certain release dates. Basically, what I'm trying to say is please just let us have God of War Ragnarok this year. Please?
We are not men. We are more than that. The responsibility is far greater.
Number 2, I hope Cyberpunk 2077 rises to its original expectations. One of the delays mentioned earlier was of course Cyberpunk 2077. Unfortunately though, that delay did not save CD Projekt Red's supposed masterpiece from being a complete shit show on launch. I'm not going to get into the nitty gritty, as 1, you can find these criticisms everywhere, and 2, I haven't actually played the game, so I'm not going to sit here and slate it. What I will say is despite some friends telling me it's brilliant, I'm still put off by all the crashes I'd undoubtedly encounter on the PS5, as well as the bugs and glitches. I'm more than happy to wait for the official next-gen version of the title, and I honestly hope it's flawless and restores CD Projekt Red to at least close to what they were. Admittedly, it's going to take some doing to put the genie back in the bottle, but for all the devs who put their heart and soul into this release, I sincerely hope it makes a strong comeback in 2021. Number 3, we finally get Breath of the Wild 2. For those who can remember my video from this time last year, where I spoke about 2020 releases I was most looking forward to, you're probably chuckling away to yourself that I predicted we'd get the long-awaited sequel to Breath of the Wild then. Well, here I am again, just hoping that this time we get it this year. I really don't have anything to back this up other than pure hope, so just pray with me, people. Number 4, I hope I'm given a reason to buy an Xbox. I'm so done with console wars. The 2020 release of the PS5 and Xbox Series X really made me despise the arguments that strangers would get into over which is better, the white chunk of plastic or the black chunk of plastic. Of course, I chose to sit with the PlayStation due to the exclusives being among my favourite games of all time, but that didn't stop me looking at the Xbox as well, especially when the Series S provides a much cheaper alternative. Sadly, I couldn't convince myself due to the complete lack of Xbox exclusives. Not just for next gen, but even over the last generation. I'm not a fan of Halo or Gears of War, so why should I go green? I'd like to dip my toes in though, and when you look at all the studios Microsoft have acquired, it's easy to see a future where the libraries are a little more even. I just hope it begins this year. Number 5, we see the PlayStation equivalent to Xbox Gamepass. Another reason I'm so eager to jump back into the Xbox ecosystem is due to the incredible value of Game Pass. Having said that, there's every chance that Sony get their ass into gear and release their own similar service before Xbox begin adding more killer exclusives. Although the bigwigs over at Sony continue to push back on the idea whenever questioned on it, The addition of the PS Plus collection and the continued push of PS Now shows they're more into the idea than they want us to believe. Could 2021 finally be the year we see the PlayStation Gamepass? Watch this space.
Oh no, this doesn't look good. We should get out of here. Come.
Number 6. I want to see Avengers come good. When I think back to the biggest disappointments in video games last year, I can't help but go straight to Marvel's Avengers. Despite my initial worries about it being a live service game, I was still hyped as hell to be able to fly around as the Avengers with all my friends. Sadly, due to boring ass repetitive gameplay, terrible bugs, an insulting marketplace, and barely any support post-launch, Avengers ended up being a complete shit show that is still yet to recover from, and it may never. With all this in mind, it is worth pointing out that many of us here at Respawning still love the original campaign mode in the game, which shows there's a great Avengers game in there somewhere. It's just a shame that since that campaign, the entire thing has been a borderline unplayable mess, and even when it does work, it's just not all that enjoyable. And yes, I'm including the new Kate Bishop snooze fest in that. I honestly wish Avengers can capture the spark of that original campaign and build upon it to make this a live service game I actually love. As it stands though, I'm probably going to give it one more chance before giving up on it entirely and uninstalling it for good.
I'm a man of fortune, and I must seek my fortune.
So, are you ready to seek your fortune?
Last but not least, I hope Naughty Dog reveals their next big project. Naughty Dog is undoubtedly one of the most important branches of the newly branded PlayStation Studios, yet they're one of the only developers whose future we can't really call right now. It's no secret how much I love the Uncharted and The Last of Us series, but let's be real here, there's no way we're getting either of those anytime soon, right? I mean, we've only just had The Last of Us Part 2, and Neil Druckmann will surely be busy with his role in the HBO adaptation to even start thinking about a Part 3. Another Uncharted installment is also unlikely, given the last game pretty much wrapped up the story. Unless, of course, they tried to make some sort of tie-in for the upcoming Tom Holland movie, but that seems very unlike them. My belief is that the team over at Naughty Dog will begin work on a completely new IP. Of course, there's no chance in hell we see a game this year, but just some sort of announcement or confirmation of what's coming next would put my Naughty Dog loving heart at ease. Here's hoping. What do you think is the next game from the guys at Naughty Dog? And what do you hope to see in the world of video games in 2021? Make sure to let me know in the comments below or by hitting us up over on our Twitter at Respawning UK. And if you've liked this video, make sure you hit like and make sure you subscribe as well. We're looking forward to bringing you lots of awesome content in 2021 and we hope you can join us for the ride. Don't forget as well that you can check us out over on our website at respawning.co.uk. Trust me, you want to check out some of the stuff we got on there, it's pretty cool. Once again, I've been Mikey, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.